Hello, Seeds and Seditionists. My name is TV Sky, and welcome back to Final Fantasy VIII, where we're finally ready to get this goddamn show on the road and move the story along towards its, well, eventual conclusion. Like I said previously, we are in the end game, as, you know, evidenced by the fact that we're flying around in an airship, which is typically the signal of the end game in a Final Fantasy game, except for 3 for some weird reason. But there's still a substantial amount of, well, everything left to go through before we quite get there. So let's do what we have been supposed to do for a while now and go to Idea's house. Which is where Angelo is hanging out, by the way. Yeah, this is good. This is very good. What? Yeah, see this bruise here? I had to put up with Rinoa's kicks and punches for you. So, seeing you two like this makes it all worth it. I'm sorry, Irvine. Hey, don't worry about it. Okay, I'll leave you two alone now. Recognize this field, by the way? What'll become of me? Don't worry about it. There have been many good sorceresses. Idea was one. You can be like her. But Idea's still... I can't guarantee anything either. If Ultimecia possesses me again. You saw me. She controlled me in outer space and made me break Adele's seal. What might happen next time? What will I end up doing? Will I end up fighting everyone? Scary thought, isn't it? Rinoa, even if you end up as the world's enemy, I'll be your knight. That's the kind of thing you should say out loud, Squall, with your words to the person to whom the feelings apply. Also, by the way, guess Cypher wasn't the only person with a dream of becoming a sorceress's knight, just that Squall arrived at it a little bit later in life. If I fall under Ultimecia's control again, Seed will come and kill me, right? And the leader of Seed is you, Squall. Squall's sword will pierce my heart. Guess it's okay if it's you, Squall. Nobody else. Squall, if that ever happens... That's enough. I'll never do anything like that. The sorceress I'm after is not you, Rinoa. My enemy is the sorceress from the future, Ultimecia. Ultimecia lives in the future and possesses me. She uses my body as her extension in this world. How? How will you save me? I'll come up with something. There's gotta be a way. Don't worry, trust me. I trust you. Well, until you find a way, maybe. Maybe I should stay in Esthar? At that memorial? Wouldn't that be better? No, that would be pointless. I'll just end up going after you again. Rinoa, just stay close to me. Oh, those words. What? That's what started everything. What are you talking about? You don't remember? Something I said? Oh, just forget it. No, it's because of the Guardian Force. That's why I forgot. That's just an excuse. Feeling better? Yeah. Can I tell you a story? I had a dream. It was a scary dream. We make a promise. We promise to see shooting stars together. I get dressed up and put on your ring. But the thing is, I can't remember where I'm supposed to meet you. I start to panic. I really want to see you, Squall, but I don't know where to go. I start running through the mountains, the deserts, the plains, through Timber, Balaam, and Galbadia. When I realize I can't run any longer, I just want to see you so badly. So I scream, Squall, where are you? And then I woke up. I was crying. I'm sorry, you don't have to say anything. I just felt like I had to tell you. It was just a dream. Doesn't mean anything. Don't worry about it. It's Captain Emotional Intelligence, Mr. Squall over here. Oh boy. Like, that's the cat. You just fucking hug her, you moron. She's looking for emotional reassurance. Okay. I guess you're right. How about this? I'll be here. Why? The reason why you couldn't find me is because we haven't promised yet. Promised? I'll be waiting for you. If you come here, you'll find me. I promise. I'll be here too. It's a promise. Thanks, Squall. Next time we'll meet for sure. Yo! Sorry to interrupt, but it's an emergency. We got radio contact from Esthar's presidential palace. They have a plan to defeat Ultimecia. They want to hire Seed to execute it. Might be a trap to get Renoa back in Esthar. So, the guy we spoke to, his name is Kiros. Could he be that Kiros? Kiros is in Esthar's presidential palace. He wants to hire us. Well, alright. Let's go. Say what you want, but that is... It's a cute scene between the two of them. Whereas, like, Squall is like... He's like, I don't understand what I'm supposed to do. I suppose I will offer a solution to the problem, rather than, like, offer emotional intimacy. Because that's where he's at. That's his man brain not understanding what Renoa is asking for. So he tries to offer it in the way that he understands, which is to... Well, I'll be here. We'll promise, and then I'll be here, and then you'll always be able to, like, he offers a solution, which is like, you can tell that he means it with love. It's like, my boy, that's not what you were being asked to do, but okay, I guess that was the best you could come up with, and that's cute, I suppose. Squall, you were always looking for a loan, with tears in your eyes. Squall, there's something I must tell you. It is about me. Yes, I believe it was 13 years ago. This is when my story begins. I first became a sorceress when I was a child. And once again 13 years ago. That day, right here, I encountered a sorceress on the verge of death. I received her powers of my own will. That sorceress was an entity of fear for my children. I could not let her get to them, but this turned out to be the beginning of my painful story. At this very minute, my bitter story has ended. I now understand that there is an end, no matter how painful it may be. Therefore, Squall, you must fight to the end, even though it may bring tragedy to others. So Edea encountered a sorceress who was near death and looking for someone to pass their powers onto. And so, rather than let one of the children take on that burden, she volunteered herself, basically. Which the writing is not doing the best job in the world of communicating, that, like, being a sorceress is like... that power has to pass on to someone, and being a sorceress is not, like, great. You get a lot of power, but, you know, power causes problems, as we've seen in the story of this game. Is like, the pursuit of power is dangerous, and for Edea, it renders her vulnerable to the manipulations of Ultimecia, for example. It does the same thing to poor Renoa, who never wanted any of this, but who got Edea's power passed on to her regardless. And then all of a sudden she's a sorceress, and now everything about her life is complicated by the fact that, oh, hey, I'm actually a threat to the entire goddamn world. Which, you know, it's not great. Let's see, I think there's a way to land in Esthar. Oh, wait, isn't that... Yes, there we go. As I recall, there's... Oh, Zell is here. Why is he here? Irvine, just throw your stuff over, would you? So by the way, I have 100 Mega Elixirs right now. And the reason why I have them is because the Bahamut card refines into 100 Mega Elixirs, and I've just basically cleared out all the cards. Oh wait, I've got some Cactuars. Get rid of those. And the Mega Elixirs especially will come in handy. With one boss that we're going to be fighting in not too long, who's just a bastard of a thing. There's too many of them. Anyway, Esthar is still under attack by monsters, which is, sucks for them. But I'm different. Rip to Esthar, but I'm different. Particularly because I think I've got the no encounters thing set right now, so I'm immune. They should just all have no encounters on. Then the monsters can never hurt them. Please stop pushing me. So, Presidential Palace. I think this is the quickest way. I think. Oh, no, didn't have no encounters set at all. I was just lucky. So that marching rhythm, that like military drum thing, that... Oh, thank you, Odin. That has been... That's sort of been my default, like, calm before the storm music that's in my head whenever I'm in like a tense situation or I'm waiting for something or I'm preparing. I guess that's one bit of music from this game that has stuck with me always is that dun 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 da da da. Like that's I mean I don't know if it's the best piece of music from this game, but it's certainly some of the most consistently in my head music. Right, Presidential Palace is this way? Yay! That was a useful draw point, right? Yeah. Don't need that. But, like, it is such a perfect piece of tension music. Like, such a perfect piece of getting ready for a battle music. Hello. I'm not going in there yet. I'm not going in there at all, actually. I'm going the right way. Okay, one thing to notice. One little, tiny little thing. That I'm not sure if it's the case, but... Look at that town in the painting up there. I'm reasonably sure that's Windhill. Where Laguna met Rain and, you know... And all that stuff. Ward. Heroes. And that's probably... Guess who? What's up with this country? Oh, sure. Hey there. Yeah, I've been wanting to meet you guys. You guys are the ones who were inside my head, right? Alone told me. It was like there was some kind of waves running through my head. They gave us so much power during battle. We thought there were some kind of fairies flying over us. So, I'm Laguna, President Laguna Loire of Esthar. Pleased to meet you. If we weren't in a state of emergency, I'd talk to you some more, but, Yeah, well, whatever. Let's talk. What do you want to know? You'll never get going if President Laguna keeps talking. So why don't you guys throw out some questions and he'll try to answer them. First, I want to talk to Kiros, though. Hey, Ward. He says to relax here a while. They seem like a lot of fun. I feel totally out of it. Man, you look way too serious. Whatever. What are you doing here? Hey, you know what I've been doing all my life, right? You were a silly Galbadian soldier. I didn't like your attitude at all. But I understood the bond between the three of you. Then you changed after you went to Winil. Then Alone was abducted by Esthar and you went on a journey. A journey to get Alone back. You wrote articles and appeared in movies to get by. You were trying to find a way into Esthar, I guess. You somehow got into Esthar and rescued Alone. I got a lot of help along the way. What I don't understand is, why are you the president? Wanna know? It's a long story. Let's hear it. You wanna hear it? Really? Okay, I'll tell you. I only set out to rescue Alone, but of course that wasn't the end of the story. It's a country ruled by sorceress Adele with the ingenious yet inhumane Odin. Both of them were interested in Alone. We couldn't just pack up and leave. Adele will be angry. My research will be kaput. Odin only thought about his research. But while researching under Adele's orders, he was still making many inventions. It was a device to seal magic, sealing facility. Maybe Adele can be defeated. I owed a big favor to the Adele resistance who helped me rescue Alone. I spoke with my comrades. 2 issues came up. First, stopping the crystal pillar from calling monsters from the moon and destroying everything like what happened in Centra. Second, freeing Esthar from Adele's hands. We planned and planned, based on my brilliant ideas, of course. We're back in the Lunatic Pandora research facility. There's only one goal. Following Odin's instructions, we operated the panel and moved the crystal pillar. We set the course and the stop point in the ocean and, goodbye. Whoa! That was easy, but we were found out. So we gathered for a final battle to lure Adele. Hello from the other side! I couldn't help myself, I had to. Adele appeared as we expected. What is going on? We hunted down the culprit who moved the crystal pillar. Where? Inside there. Alone's been taken hostage. I knew she would go in right away if I mentioned Alone. You thought I would fall for that trick? Adele realized that Alone was a hologram, but it was too late. Yeah, of course. My plans are always perfect. Kiros Ward, now! Piece of cake. Adele was careless. She may be a sorceress, but after all, she was human. We succeeded, but we couldn't keep such a dangerous sorceress around as a trophy. We had to do something. So, we decided to send her far, far away. I mean, you could just have drifted her into space, but that would have been kind of cruel. Like, just set her off, like, just throw her in one direction and let her float. Someplace very far, into outer space. And that about wraps that part up. But the real work began after that. A fierce debate ensued about who should govern this country after Adele was gone. I wasn't paying close attention while they made me up to be this hero of the revolution, and I ended up being president. Odin made a lot of noise about wanting to do research on Alone. It was a mistake to send Alone back to Rain. Rain died, and Elle was sent to the orphanage. If I'd only gone to Windhill with Elle, I would have been able to see Rain one last time. Rain was dead, Alone missing. My job kept me busy. I was left here thinking about this and that, and before I knew it, all this time had passed. Well, that's about it. Rain's story? Some other time, maybe. No, I can't. It's too much for me to remember. Where's Alone? What the heck has he done with his life? Don't you wonder? When Alone was about 2, there was a massive hunt for girls in Esthar. Esthar soldiers came to Windhill, and Elle's parents resisted. They were killed on the spot. The massive hunt was to find the successor for Esthar's ruler, Sorceress Adele. Alone was raised by Rain, who lived next door, and I came to know her. Then there was another massive hunt for a successor in Esthar again. Elle was taken away even though I was there. It's the most painful episode of my life. So, I rescued her and sent her off to Windhill. Shortly after that, Rain died, and Alone was sent straight to an orphanage. Why didn't you go back to Windhill with her? I wanted to! But I had my reasons. I found out about this afterward, but the reason why Alone had to leave the orphanage was because of her special power. Doc Odin wanted to do research on Alone's special power. He looked for her everywhere. The owners of the orphanage were Sid Kramer and his wife, Idea. You know them better than I do. The Kramers took Elle out of the orphanage to protect her. They prepared a big ship to accommodate her. Gracious of them, huh? After a while, the ship turned into another orphanage, and Elle looked after all the kids. She said her life on the ship was a happy one, but who knows? I don't know how she could have been happy on a ship. She was on the ship for over 10 years. That ship was attacked by Galbadia recently. Esthar's ship rescued them, and she finally met up with me. It was pure luck that we found her. I was out in space at that time. Alone followed me out to space. Little Elle was all grown up. Then she told me everything. Did she get back safely from space? Our escape pod rescue team was a little late. Alone was taken into custody by Galbadia. She's inside Lunatic Pandora. We're gonna rescue her. Help us out, okay? Ugh. So, if you want to not proceed, I think this is the option that does that, but we do want to proceed. Straight to the heart of the matter, just like a workaholic seed. Is it my turn? Yeah, make it short and easy to understand. I will talk however I want! Yeah, Sorceress Esthar told me everything. Sorceress Ultimecia comes from the future to possess the sorceress of present day, meaning she leaves her body in the future and sends only her consciousness here. Does that sound familiar to you? It's like when Alone sent our consciousnesses back to the past. You're a smart one! My first guess was that someone in the future with an ability like Alone was sending the sorceress back here to our time. But no, that is not the answer. So, how does the sorceress come back to this time? You want to hear how? Yeah, I catch this a secret to surprise you. It is because of me, Odin. I researched Elon's power long ago. I made out a pattern from the electric current running through Elon's brain. Once the pattern was determined, it was easy to mechanize. It may only be in a toy right now, but in the time of Ultimecia, it is an impressive working machine. Which means there is a machine which imitates Elon's power. It is I who made the first model of that machine. I named the machine Junction Machine Elon. It is a wonderful thing to know that my invention is used in the future. Junction Machine Elon. That's about it. So, here we come back to, again, the game trying to integrate the gameplay mechanics into the story. And basically what happens, like, Elon junctions Squall and the others to, like, Laguna, Kyros, and Ward in the past, and Ultimecia is doing the same thing, sending herself back in the past by junctioning herself to, well, her victims, the people she manipulates. So, wrong voice. Sorceress Ultimecia came to know about Elon from that machine. And Elle became Ultimecia's target. You can't blame Odin, it's useless. You want to go outside? You want to fisticuffs? Okay, we continue the story. Let's see. There's only one way to defeat Ultimecia. You must kill her in the future. There's nothing we can do unless we go to the future. There's no way to jump to the future under normal circumstances. But there is still a way. It is because Sorceress Ultimecia plans to compress time. Compressing time is magic. What good will that do for the Sorceress to compress time? There may be many reasons, but it doesn't matter. Let's just figure out what Ultimecia is up to. In order for Ultimecia to exist in this time, she must take over the body of a sorceress from the present. But the machine must have a limit. Ultimecia probably needs to go back further in time to achieve time compression. Only Elon can take her back further into the past. That is why she is desperately seeking her. We must take advantage of Elon's power. There are two sorceresses in our time, Sorceress Renoa and Sorceress Adele. Of the two, Adele has not awakened yet. Once regeneration is complete, neither Laguna nor I will be safe. Sorceress Adele is probably in the process of awakening inside Lunatic Pandora. Ultimecia will want to possess Adele if Adele wakes up. That will be a horrible event. Adele is a horrible sorceress. If Adele's consciousness wins over Ultimecia, Adele will first destroy this era. So, we must use Sorceress Renoa to inherit Ultimecia's powers. That is all for the mission briefing. First, go to Lunatic Pandora. Elon's probably being held captive inside, so rescue her first. Then, kill Sorceress Adele before the awakening process is completed. Now we are left with Renoa as the only sorceress of this era. Then, wait for Ultimecia to possess Renoa. When Ultimecia arrives, it is Elon's turn. Elon will send Renoa back to the past with Ultimecia. Elon will have to send Renoa and Ultimecia inside another sorceress she knows in the past. Idea or Adele? That is up to Elon. Once Ultimecia is in the past, she will use the time compression magic. We will see some influence here. I don't know what kind of influence, but once Elon feels it, she'll cut Renoa and Ultimecia off from the past. Renoa will come back to this world. Ultimecia also goes back to her own world. What would be left is the time-compressed world. Past, present, and future will all get mixed together. You will keep moving through the time compression towards the future. Once you're out of the time compression, that will be Ultimecia's world. It is all up to you after that. I love doing his voice. With apologies to the nation of Germany. So, you were briefed about the mission? I don't really understand it either. Will you do it? I have questions. Yeah, sure, I'll be waiting for good news. And so, like, if you want if you want to go off and get some stuff done. Because as Odin points out to us, we're about to allow time compression to happen. And once it does, large parts of the world map will be, well, basically unavailable for the rest of the game. And if there's side quests, if there's like NPCs you haven't talked to, if there's literally anything that you want to do, now is the time to do it. Fortunately, we are done. Yes. All right! Let's go! We'll get aboard Ragnarok. Let's do the final briefing in there. I always wanted to write that thing. Plus, the name sounds so cool. All right. Everyone, from here, we go straight to our final target, Ultimecia. Let's go over the plan again. First, enter Lunatic Pandora and rescue Alone. Next, you fight Sorceress Adele. It'll be a surprise attack, show no mercy. Now, here comes the tricky part. Adele will need to pass on her powers before being defeated. Renoa, will you be willing to accept them? Yes. Good. Next, we wait for Sorceress Ultimecia to possess Renoa. This'll be hard on you, Renoa, but will you do it? Yes. That's the spirit. Then Alone sends Renoa and Ultimecia to the past. Alone brings back Renoa, then head to the future through compressed time. Ultimecia lives far in the future where none of us can technically exist. There's only one way to make yourself exist in a world like that. As friends, don't forget one another. As friends, believe in one another. Believe in your friend's existence, and they'll also believe in yours. To be friends, to like one another, to love one another, you can't do these things alone. You need somebody. Right, guys? What place reminds you of your friends? Imagine being in that place with all your friends. Once time compression begins, think of that place and try to get there. That's all. That place will welcome you. You'll be able to get there no matter what period you're in. You need love and friendship for this mission, and the courage to believe it. It's all about love, friendship, and courage. Laguna just outright stating the themes of the game there. Which, again, remember, Squall being alone, having no friends, having no connections, having no people who knew him, was at his most miserable and also at his weakest, frankly. And it's through the process of reclaiming his memories of his childhood, of who he was, why he is the way he is. It's through having friendships and connections with the other characters that he begins to grow as a character, that he begins to grow as a leader, someone who cares for others. And then ultimately that's embodied fully in the relationship with Renoa, where it's like, now you actually have to put someone else's needs entirely before your own, rather than this whole self-sufficiency bullcrap that he'd been on. And then Laguna just, like, he just kind of says it in a monologue here. I'm counting on you guys! Love and friendship and all that sounds corny, but everyone seems to be up for it. Yeah, you think it'll succeed? We'll try. And leg cramp. I love that he wears sandals. Like, that's just a good character design detail. Like, showcasing his personality is like, sandals, whatever, why not? Anyway, let's see, where's the Pandora at? It's at the Sorcerer's Memorial, which is, where the hell is it? Oh, there it is! You think a giant thing like that would be easier to see, but it's a little bit of hop-in on this world map. Now you see me, now you don't. Now you see me, now you don't. Now you see me, now you don't. Why is that funny to me? Anyway, probably good idea to save before we do the thing. But yeah, that's the end game. Now, Sorceress Ultimecia, as a villain, is a little bit like... As a follow-up to Sephiroth, she's not very compelling, where Sephiroth is very, very closely entangled with, like, the personal story and the lives and the livelihoods of everyone in the party in Final Fantasy VII. Like, especially with Cloud, like, he has that really deeply psychosexual, like, just intensely emotional, powerful connection with Cloud. Ultimecia in this game is a non-entity. Like, she basically doesn't exist in the game, really, until you finally find out that, oh, she's the one who's been inside Edea the whole time. So this character that you thought was Edea actually turns out to be Sorceress Ultimecia. But she's also someone like, she's a sorceress from the future. She has no connections with anyone, which is part of the point, is that unlike you, who's building connections, you're building friendships, you're discovering love, you're becoming a better person, Ultimecia is alone and refuses to be connected to anything or anyone and be dependent on anything or anyone. She wants, like, all power to me, basically. Which is, like, thematically makes her play well as a villain in the game, but as a personality, she is just completely a non-entity. Like, even when she's possessing Edea, she's just like, basically, I am evil and I will kill you all because that's what I do, because I'm evil. Like, there's very little nuance or complexity to her. You don't really get a sense of her motivations at all, because she more or less just acts as a stand-in for the complex themes of the game. But, like, she is just like a big meat puppet with the label "being alone is bad" printed on top of it, and then it has superpowers and tries to kill you. Like, that's kind of where she is as a character, which is, you know, a pity. Here we go, let's bust in there. I wonder if we can get through. Yeah, don't worry about it. Are the machine guns and main cannon ready? Ready? Let's just fire like crazy and make a big hole. Boom! Oh, hey, it has a shield. Shields! Woohoo! Okay, there's a really gross sexual joke I could make there, but I won't. Oh, yeah! The Ragnarok is undeniably one of the cooler airships in the franchise. Anyway, you can apparently still leave here. I didn't actually know that. But we're not gonna. Let's see, what's the fastest way out? I think this way? No? This way? Yay! Big sound this way. It's probably them, you know? Them? No, impossible. That voice. Yeah, it's Squall, you know? Shock. Good. Convenient. That's right. Hand over Renoa, you know? No, I'll never hand over Renoa. And we're taking alone. I won't let you resurrect Adele either. Yeah, you're greedy, you know? Not fair, you know? Persuasion useless. Seize! Yeah, she's right, you know. Let's go. Anyway, boss fight. Not a especially tough one as I remember it, but, you know, I may be proven wrong. See, it's just like I said, you know? Oh shit, she has full life? I'll take a few of those. I mean, I have more than plenty already, but I'll still take a few of those. And then Thundaga Protect and Shell. I kind of feel like I might want Protect, actually, but for the moment, just grab some full lives. And Zell, for your part, get Doom Train on him. I think Raijin is one of the main damage threats with his physicals. So we're just gonna do that. But I know Fujin has some pretty powerful magic as well. We'll see. Counterattack! Oh, it missed. Let's see. Hit yourself with a double there, would you? Triple might be overkill for this fight. Here, have some status changes. There we go, Vitality 0. One of the most useful status changes in the entire game, just because it makes your physicals do so much more damage. And there's Angelo's search. Dick me up an item, boy. Hey, I found a tent. Of all things. Let's show off Cactuar, shall we? I don't think I've shown off Cactuar yet. I can't remember. And Eden, just to style on him. But yeah, Cactuar only does its damage in increments of 1,000. Oh, wow. No wonder Cypher fears you. Dun 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 dun. I lost again, you know. And say hello to the longest summoning sequence in the game again. Now, if you have boost, you can get like crazy numbers with Eden, and you can just make it do so, like up to 9,999 damage, obviously, but like a decent chunk of change. Poor Fujin, like, this is a little mean. She's just one person, and we're turning the entire planet into a laser cannon to hurt her. Anyway, a couple of physical attacks should probably end this. Yeah, there we go. Decision! Destroy! Help Cypher! Oh no. All right. She can do that. It's survivable. With the shell, especially. Callus! But yeah, this can actually be kind of a difficult battle if you don't, like, if you don't use Doom Train on them especially. But also just... Retreat! Temporary! Right, we're not through yet, you know! It can be a difficult battle if you let them get going, because I know Raijin uses the status change called Aura on himself, which is the one that you remember, like, when we use it, it helps us get limit breaks more often. Now, he doesn't have a limit break, but he does have an attack called the Raijin Special, and it doubles his damage, and that can do like a couple of thousand per hit. And then with the haste from Fujin on top of that, as well as meteor spells targeting your whole party, it can get kind of dicey if you don't, like, wreck their shit completely very quickly. Anyway, say hello to another couple of old faces.
Why the heck do I have to take orders from some kid?
Well, he's our superior.
Don't you think I know that? I chose the wrong career, being ordered around by some punk.
That's pretty funny. Then why don't you quit and find another career, sir? Just kidding, sir.
You're right. You're absolutely right. I quit. Wedge, let's go home and have a drink.
Oh, what? Me too?
Of course. Now come on.
Anyway, they're boyfriends. But... Or not. Like, I don't know. But it's funny to ship them. Anyway, they're okay. They'll be all right. Despite all the ass kickings we've handed them over the years. Well, I say years. What about our salary? Welcome back to the Lunatic Pandora. Here we are again. Now, if I remember right on the PS1, there was a weird thing where all the enemies in here would be level 1, and I think that might have been a bug of some kind? Because, like, where only the Galbadian enemies would be, like, level appropriate to, but maybe this is not the case in the remaster. No, that's still... It's level 1, okay. And I think the idea there is that the enemies are supposed to be like, oh, they've just barely, like, they've only just fallen from the moon, so they're still weak, or something along those lines. It's never really been clear to me. But I'll take the opportunity, since I'm under absolutely no threat, to just stock up on a few things that I already have anyway. Yeah, that'll do. That'll probably kill him. And it's weird, because Iron Giants are usually in Final Fantasy games fairly late-game powerful enemies. And there's also, like, behemoths and other, like, really powerful late-game enemies in here that just can't do anything to you. Not front. Okay, cool. Alles in Ordnung ist? Glaubt ich? I don't remember my German at all. Now, that one's exhausted. That's an Ultima draw point. And it's gonna be another level 1 monster. Okay, I guess. Sure, let's be extra about it. Let's just skip past that a little bit, cause okay. That's enough menuing for now. And this seems like a perfectly decent place to end this particular episode, because next time around, it's time for stuff to get even weirder than it already kind of has, with the time compression, the future sorcerers, and all that other nonsense. So if you've enjoyed hanging out in the world of Final Fantasy VIII with me, and you'd like to see how this is all going to start to very slowly begin to end and wrap up, then like, comment, subscribe, blah blah, YouTube, etc., algorithm, and all of those things. I have a Patreon, a merchandise store, and a tip jar. There's memberships available on this channel. And I think that's everything. Yeah, I think that's everything. Thank you very much for watching, and please remember to wash your hands.